Everyone is doing AI coding battles now. Claude versus Codex, Gemini versus ChatGPT, make Minecraft, make Pac-Man, make whatever. Which is fun, but at some point you have to ask, why spend $500 in Claude tokens making Minecraft when you can buy Minecraft for 30 bucks? So I wanted to try a version of this that feels a little bit less fair, but also a little more interesting. On one side, I have Codex 5.5 on extra high, OpenAI's premier coding agent, running at the strongest setting I have access to. On the other side, I have Qwen 3.6 27B, a 27 billion parameter open weight model made by Alibaba. And Qwen is not running in some giant cloud data center. It's running locally on my Mac. The challenge is simple. Both of them have to build Clash Royale from scratch. Same prompt, same starting folder, no human code edits. So before I kick them off, I need to explain what Qwen actually is. You have probably heard of ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and all the other big frontier models. These are closed systems running somewhere in a data center. You can use them through apps and APIs, but you cannot just download the actual model and run it yourself. Qwen is different. It is open weight, which means the weights are publicly available. Technically, that's not the same as open source because people argue about training data, model recipes, and whatever. But for this video, the important part is simple. I can download Qwen, run it locally, and point it at a coding task without sending every prompt to a hosted AI service. And that's the part that makes this interesting. This is not just OpenAI versus Alibaba. This is cloud AI versus local AI. It is a polished frontier coding agent versus a model I am forcing to work on my own machine. And to make that possible, I'm not just chatting with Qwen in a terminal, I built a little Codex-style wrapper around it. The wrapper can create files, edit code, run commands, read errors, and keep track of what it has already done. The big trick is that it does not rely on one endless chat history. Instead, it works in chunks using something called a context reset loop. It does a task, it writes down what's changed, writes down notes on what's broken, what to do next, and then it starts fresh with those notes every iteration. I have Codex pulled up on the left, and I have my Qwen wrapper pulled up on the right. I'm using the very lazy strategy of having Codex refine my prompt and make a much better prompt for me. Then all I have to do is copy and paste the prompt into Codex, and then copy and paste the exact same prompt into Qwen. I open up my activity monitor because this is about to get messy, and then I just let it loose. Alright, both models have finished. Let's take a little look first at what Codex has cooked up for us. So, okay, we have a pretty nice file structure, a lot of TypeScript files, quite a lot of code generated. I'm not actually reading through any of this, but it looks decent. It looks like it handled this project fairly well. Let's see, anything for our UI? Okay, yeah, we got something there. And I think actually it generated some art for us. Okay, yeah, this looks AI generated, but this is pretty decent. Okay, and the game, yeah, we got some more TypeScript files here. All right, looks okay. Nothing too crazy. Now let's try playing this game. And I'll be honest, I played this game already, and it's absolute trash. It's complete booty. It's like, these completely ugly avatars. But, the mechanics kind of work. I wouldn't quite say it's Clash Royale, but, we've got something here. It's interesting. I'll give it that. So, given this game, I'd say the bar for Qwen is actually pretty low. This game is complete trash. I mean, it works. Yeah, I don't know. I've been watching a lot of these Claude Fable videos, and I'll be honest, I was kind of expecting to get something that good, but yeah, clearly Codex didn't cook that well here. So I'm gonna just speed up the rest of this gameplay so we can get to Qwen, because this is painful. Okay, and now let's see what Qwen made for us. So, admittedly, a lot smaller of a file structure, but this looks pretty decent. It's in JavaScript this time. And just bear in mind, all of this was generated entirely locally. Nothing touched the cloud throughout this entire process for making this game on Qwen 3.6 27B. So, this looks like fairly coherent code. It's a lot smaller of a project, but let's try playing the game now. So we got Realm Clash this time, and okay, this doesn't look great. Okay, well, we got something going on. Honestly, I don't know if this is better or worse than the one Codex made. I feel like this one's actually, it's a bit more fun, to be honest, but the graphics are a bit lacking, I will say. Certainly no Fable 5 here. But actually, it's not too bad when you consider the total amount I spent on tokens for making this was 0. It ran entirely on my device. It generated coherent code, a game that's able to run. So, I think this actually might not be too bad, all things considered. And Qwen has been pumping out a lot of these newer small models that you can run on consumer hardware. So is Google, honestly, with the Gemma. So this is definitely something to keep an eye on. I think a lot of these local open weight models are going to start challenging the supremacy of these big frontier labs. And at the time of recording the video, the SpaceX IPO was a couple days ago, and we have the Anthropic IPO, and I think the OpenAI IPO is coming up soon. And when Alibaba's releasing these models for free, you kind of have to start to wonder, what's really behind these trillion-dollar valuations. So just some food for thought. But thanks for watching. This is my first video on this channel, so leave a comment on what you want to see next. Thank you.